Okay, so this effect is called Oily, and it's really important to understand the origin of this effect. It's an oil and water routine, and I've never liked oil and water routines until I started messing around with this routine. Eric Jones, who's a friend of mine, came up to me at the Magic World, I think it was a Washington, D.C. convention, and it was me and Ray Cosby, and he came up, and he showed us this really cool oil and water routine. Really liked it. There was a couple of things in it that seemed that unnecessary, and also seemed that it was out of place, if you will. So I took it home with his permission and reworked it, and this is what I've come up with. And it can be done with anybody's deck. You borrow the deck of cards, and you're going to go through, and you tell them you're going to take out a couple cards, a few cards. You're going to go through and find those cards very quickly. And let's see, that's a good one. That's a good one there. Don't need too many of them, but let's see. That's a good one there. Oh, there's a good one. And I think we only need, oops, that should be good right there. I then asked them to think of which ones do they want to use. They can either use the black ones or the red ones. So it doesn't really matter what they use, and let's say they want to use the black cards. And so we'll put the deck, actually, mix these up just a little bit more, perfect. Deck goes aside, we're not going to use that. You ask them to turn their cards face down, like you're doing, to make sure all the cards are face down in their hands. So they do that. And then you tell them you're going to mix the cards in a very special way. You ask them to put one of their black cards face down on the table. You'll take a red card, put it face down on top of the black. Ask them once again, conversely, do the same thing, a black one, and of course you put a red one on top of that. Last black card, and of course the last red card. Beautiful. You then explain that the ink that they've been using in playing cards is very interesting. It's a lot heavier. For instance, if you wait a second, that's all it takes. The black cards pass right through the red cards. Kind of strange, kind of weird, kind of strange, kind of bizarre. You say, I tell you what, we'll do it again. And you explain to them that you think you know the reason why this is confusing. There's those 6 cards to watch, and there's only 2 eyes. So logically, it doesn't really make sense. You, of course, get rid of 2 cards. You get rid of a black one and a red one, which leaves, of course, 2 blacks and 2 reds. You also explain to them that maybe because the cards are always face down and you tell them they're separated, they don't really believe you right away. So what if, though, what if, check this out, if the cards are actually mixed face up, then you would know that they're mixed. That way, when they actually separate, you would see it. Oh, now we're dealing with something completely different. You say, you know, the backs of the cards are the exact same way because there's more ink on the back than the faces. Same thing. You mix them together. You have them hold out their hands. They hold out their hands, and you can actually see the 2 blacks pass right through the 2 reds. Now, a lot of people don't really believe you say what you're doing is what you're really doing. So I want to show you without question that this is a red card. They say yes. This is a black card. This is a red card. And finally the last black card. Perfect. So you know without question these are mixed together. We of course have a red and a black and a red and a black. But it's not until we shake that they actually separate one more time. You say, last time, you get to help this time. I'll put 1 card down, I'll put a black card down. If you'll do me a favor and take the red card and put that face down on top, and they do. They take the next black card, they put a face down on top. And to make it even, you say, take another red card and put it on top. So we have black, red, completely mixed. They know without question those are mixed. Which of course leaves you with 2 cards, a red card and a black card. Those 2 cards are placed, their hand is placed on top of them. And you explain that now that the cards are actually separated further away from each other and they're mixed, it's going to be a lot harder. So let's do this. Let's take the black, a red, and a black and a red. Let's see if we can do something kind of cool here. And you shake, and now only 3 cards remain. But they're the 3 red cards. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And if those are the 3 red cards, when they lift up their hand and they turn them over, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3 black cards. Completely separated by magic. Now here's what's really even more bizarre. When these cards separate, every single card in the deck separates as well.